Hi dancers! Welcome to this episode on Plié For The People. My name is Mimi and today I will be giving a beginner level online ballet class. For our special clip today, we will be doing a read aloud of a children's book about ballet with my dear friend Daria who is a wonderful and talented preschool dance teacher. So I can't wait to get this episode started. Let's go ahead and begin with our pliés. Dancers, for our pliés, we're going to begin in first position with one hand on an apparatus at home. This apparatus can be an everyday household item, a chair, a dresser, maybe even a doorknob, anything that you can hold on to comfortably. And in first position, we're going to have our heels together, toes are facing out. Try to keep your knees together to avoid any hyperextension. We're going to prepare our arms forward and to the side. We're going to do two demi-pliés here. Plié means to bend. Simply bending the knees over the toes, and then we're going to do a grand plié, a little bit deeper now. The heels lifts off the floor. And then from here, you want to maintain your turnout, or keep the feet turned out in this position, externally rotated from the top of the hips. Pitch forward, you can do a little cambrai or quarter front, and then come up, and then you're going to do a releve or rise, coming onto the balls of your feet, maybe even take a short balance, and then we're just going to repeat that pattern one more time. Plié and stretch, a grand plié, 6, 7, and 8. Pitch forward one more time, up, and hold, in releve or rise, 7. Tandoo means to stretch, and then you're going to set that heel down, set the foot down, adjust the inner foot as well. 2 pliés, now you're in second position in ballet, a grand plié, 6, 7, and 8. Keep those knees over the toes. So if I turn to the side, you want to avoid any kind of a misalignment happening. I'm just exaggerating for effect here, but you want to keep your knees over your toes, right? If you can just imagine that there's a line here and it's straight, right? You don't want to make it into a curvy line or a zigzag line. 2 pliés and then a grand plié, 6, 7, and 8. Toss it over towards your apparatus. Give yourself a little side stretch here in the waist area. Come up. You guessed it. That's right. You recognize the pattern. We're going to do a releve as well. In a second, repeat it, 2 plié, a grand plié, and then from here, no apparatus. So you're going to really squeeze your inner thighs. Find your balance here. Don't fall, right? And then going away, 6, and rise, and then Tandoo, closing back to first. And that's how we finish the combination. You always want to finish on a very high note, no matter what. So you just want to stand in first position, arms are held slightly in front of your hips, so they're not relaxed or perked, right? Or perched on your hip bones, right? They're a little bit away, so that you can create this regal, refined look in ballet, okay? Everything's very upright from the waist up in ballet. There's rarely any time that kind of does these goosey-loosey stuff, yeah? It's always very vertical. Find that verticality and proudness in your stance, yeah? All right, we're gonna go ahead and try it with music now. Just follow along with me, dancers, and do the best that you can. Standing nice and tall. We're gonna prepare our arm and keep it there. We're gonna do plié and stretch. Repeat, plié and stretch. Now grand plié, lift the palm and face it down, and then bring it back up. Forward stretch. Get ready to go on your releve. You even find your balance here. Good. Repeat. A plié, a stretch. Keep those heels on the floor, no popping off of the heels, so that you can stretch your Achilles tendon. Good. Don't drop anything. Good. And folding forward. You should feel a nice little hamstring stretch behind the legs when you do that, right? And Tandoo. Second position. Plié. Same pattern, but just in a different feet position. You can keep your chin up here, looking beyond your fingertips. And you follow your hand. Good. A side stretch. Let's come up to releve, find your balance here. Super high heels. And repeat. Just a gentle plié, not too deep yet. Now grand plié. Find your balance here, don't fall. And we're gonna reach to go away. And lift. Strong legs and calf muscles. Hold your ankle very, very strong, no wobblies. Good. And close. Beautiful. Now, dancers, we're going to have to do everything to the left side. Other side. Other hand is on your apparatus, another apparatus at home. Mine is going to be my dresser. Here we go. Plie. And a stretch. Repeat. Strong arms. And and now we're going to pitch forward from the hip and going forward. Lifting nice and tall up. High heels. Good. Squeeze those legs towards each other. And down. Repeat. Continue to create this very long line. In your neck, in your chest, nothing is dropped. Yeah? And forward. And rise. Lift. Tandoo. Second position. Adjust. Go. And stretch. Repeat. Go down and a stretch. Keep those heels nice and glued to the floor. Continue to do so. Yeah. Open those knees to the side. Let go if you have that. Good. And again. Just keep your elbow lifted too, yeah, no dropping like this. Keep it to the side stacked. Good. Let's go away. Lift up. Irrelevant. And Tandoo finish. Alright, dancers, I'm going to start another combination now. It's called Tandoos. Tandoos means to stretch. We're going to be getting first position just like how we started in Plié. We're going to prepare our arms just the same way as well. Bring it to the front, open it to the side. A Tandoo means to stretch, and if I face sideways to demonstrate, it will be a little bit more clear. So I'm going to do so on an angle here, but at home you want to stay very, very frontal or en face. Okay, this is to face front. Now, to the front, a Tandoo to the front, you want to bring your heel forward already, right? So you're not going to lead with your toes. Essentially, a Tandoo initiates from the top of your turnout or your hips, and it's rotating outwards at the same time you're trying to point your toes to the direction that you need to go, which is front in this case, right? So your heel is forward, your toes are pointed, and then on the way back, you want to already go through what's called a half point, so your little toe, think of your little toe comes back in first, and you stand back in first position. That's to the front. So we just prepared our arm to the side, we're going to do two to the front. One, and a close, and a two, and close. Side Tandoo we already visited earlier during our plies. Same idea to the side. 4, 2, and a 3, and 4. The next direction is going to the back. We go back, Tandoo, close. Back, Tandoo, close. Let me break that down for you. On an angle so you can see better, we're going to the back and then lead with your baby toe, externally rotated, and then point to the back. Hips are squared, and then on the way in, you want to drop your heel and closing back to first. Again, let me just do that quick instant replay here so you can catch on and close for 2. And then after you do that twice, and then you're going to do a side, plie second, and a Tandoo, and a close. Now I'm just going to reverse all that from the back. We go back, Tandoos for 2, 3, and a 4, side, 6, and a 7, and 8. We go front, a 2, and a 3, and 4. Last part, plie in second, and finishing first. Let go of your apparatus, and hold your arms in what's called brava, or low fifth. Elbows are lifted, okay? Just that much, that's all. The whole thing, 2 to the front, 2 to the side, 2 to the back, side, plie, second, side, and close. Reverse it, lot of reversing and repeating in ballet, okay? And then that's all. Just follow along with me. Here we go. Tandoos. Prepare, present, front, point, point, and side, point, point, and wiggle back, toes, points, and go. Aside, plie second. Let's reverse. Continue to stand really, really tall on this hip. Good. And tall each and every time. Now use the length of your body and the finish. Let's go over to the left dancers. Same thing. Prepare, present, and aside, point, and all the back. Keep it turned out, and aside, plie on it, and a stretch. That's right, Tandoo means to stretch, so stretch those toes and legs and knees. Good. Nicely held inside. And close. Good. I'm just going to clarify the elbow a little bit, especially when I face this way. You might not be able to see it. But if I turn to the side, right, my hand is slightly in front of me. So it's not directly to the side like this. It's slightly held in front. And the structure of this frame, of this arm, is really initiating from the scapula in the back, right? It's a very strong frame from your back, lifting very nicely held with that elbow slightly up, right? This is the line. If I face sideways, yeah, so it's not here, okay? This is too much. This is just right. Just remember that. Okay, dancers, because today's class is a beginner's class, I want to introduce a final concept today. It's called dégagés, meaning to disengage. And it's very similar to a Tandoo, but now it's off of the floor. As we just worked on, the Tandoos are staying still on the floor or on the earth. In French or in Ballet term, it means à terre. But now everything is going to come off of the floor now. So to the front, it's almost like you're trying to kick a soccer ball away from this computer screen that you're at right now, right? Away, kick it away. That's a dégagé. And that's what we're going to be working on. Kicking it to the side, so much so that your toes lifts off of the floor now. Same thing to the back, same idea. Kicking a soccer ball to the back, and then side, same thing. So with this concept in mind, we're going to work on a combination that emphasizes our dégagés. We're going to do 2 dégagés, a plie, a stretch, 1 more dégagé. Now I'm going to do it to the side. 2 to the side. Plie, stretch, 1 more time. Back, same pattern. Plie, stretch, dégagé, closing first, and then I'm going to do 3 quits to the side. A 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to reverse all that from the back, and that's it. That's the combination. We do 2 to the back, up, plie, stretch, 1 more time, side, for 2. Plie, energetic legs to the front, stretch in the front. A 1, 2, 3. A 1, 2, 3. And then that's the end of our combination. Okay, and then we're going to try to the left. Follow me, dancers, dégagés. Prepare, present. We go 2 to the front. Plie, and a 1 more, and a side. Back. 3. 1, 2, 3. Push. 1, 2, 3. Reverse. Keep that elbow nice and lifted from your scapula. And finish. Beautiful. Let's go over to the left, dancers. We did it. Plie. work today. Thank you, dancers. As promised, our very special guest, my dear friend Daria Fitzgerald, is here, and she started this amazing, brilliant Instagram handle called Books for Dancing. And I met her through the New York Department of Education dance educators, professional development seminars, and we would dance together, we would make dances, and we also had some sessions together at Dell, right? Dance Education Lab at the 90s.
Yeah, I think at maybe NYSDA might be where we first met.
That's true, the New York State Dance Education Association. And here she is. She is here, and she will be introducing herself and also read a wonderful book for us as a read aloud called Ready to Fly. So excited. Yay!
So last summer, I kind of had a break where I wasn't working on anything new, and I like to stay busy. And I had been on Instagram. I follow a lot of Bookstagram pages, yes. And there's a lot of children's Bookstagram pages that post different books, and I would look through them to find is there anything I'd want to use in my dance classes? But then, of course, once I looked up the book, then I'd have to go and see if there was like a read aloud of the book to see like if there was action words or some shapes or something else that would be good for a dance. So I was like, oh, I wish there was like a resource to just find dance books. And there's some websites that'll list like, 10 great dance books for your child. But the limitation I saw with that is that, it's usually just like a one-time post. They post it once and then they don't update it. Sure. And the other thing is they don't have like books that are not specifically about dance. And a lot of the books that I use in my classroom for creative movement, teaching preschoolers are, we're dancing through the book, but the book isn't specifically about dance. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's not. So I wanted a resource where you could just kind of, if you were like stuck on ideas, you could just scroll through and look at the feed and get lots of ideas.
Absolutely. It's one thing to be teaching literacy, but it's another thing to be teaching like dance literacy and physical literacy. So finding, again, like that's why I think your Instagram is so important for dance education, because especially for the younger kids, they need that read aloud, they need that literacy about dance even that much more than say an adult or somebody else, right? So
yeah, and I really think it's important to start teaching dance history when you're very young. Like I feel like at least when I was young and in a studio, I didn't really get much dance history there, and I that didn't come till much later. And I think it's so important to start that early, start it right when they start dancing.
I hope everyone here, whoever is watching this video right now, will be following Daria's Instagram account, Books for Dancing.
I am going to read Ready to Fly, How Sylvia Townsend Became the Bookmobile Ballerina. And it's a story told by Leah Lyon and A. LaFay, and forward by Sylvia Townsend and illustrated by Jessica Gibson. Just want to say, when you're reading books to children, I always like to kind of go over the parts of the book too. So I would explain who the author is and what does the author do, what does the illustrator do. I would explain this is the front cover, this is the back cover, this is the spine of the book. I might go over the title page. I just like to throw a little bit of something like that in there, because that is also teaching literacy, teaching them the parts of the book and all of that. Born with the beat in my feet, I jive to daddy's jazz and sway to mama's symphonies. As musical notes start to float, I rise on my toes, ready to fly. When our secondhand TV fills with beautiful dancers, all feathered and fine, I say, I want to do that too. Sylvia, mama says, they're dancing to the ballet Swan Lake. Ballet? Oh, I need to learn ballet, Sylvia says. Can I take lessons? Actually, if I was reading this to children, I might ask them to look at what's on the TV before I even read the page and talk. And what do you see? What do you think's happening?
Right. Getting that visual literacy in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to leap and twirl and do plies till I can dance in real ballets. We might pause here to leap and twirl and plie. But but Daddy says, sorry, baby, dance lessons don't come free. And I might ask how do I think the character is feeling in this part of the story. So I twist Mama's scarves into a tutu and make my own ballet slippers. Dressed and ready, I try and try, but my feet won't budge. There must be another way to learn how to soar. And then I might ask, what do you think is going to happen next? How do you think that she's going to learn how to dance? How do you think she's going to learn?
Yeah. Can I just start to interject for a second?
Yeah.
This really, just something so beautiful for me to read it with you for the very first time, because that's one of my inspirations for my channel, Plié For The People, is the little girls that I used to work with in the South of Bronx. And they, one of the second graders one day just stopped me on my tracks and was like, Miss Mimi, I absolutely love to dance ballet, but my family couldn't afford it. So this is exactly that moment where like a light bulb switched in my head, and that's how Plié For The People originally was born. It's from this little girl in the South of Bronx in the second grade who spoke up, who said that I can't afford to dance ballet. And now
that's amazing.
We have Plié For The People. So anyway, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to you. Sorry, Daria.
That's amazing. No, thank you. I love it. Thank you. Mm-hmm. That's where I teach too. I teach in the South Bronx.
Cool.
That spring, a bookmobile rolls into our neighborhood. Do you have any ballet books? I asked the smiling librarian. Why don't we look together? We search the shelves for the perfect book to give me wings. And then we talk about what is a bookmobile, what is a library. My students are very young, so some of them might not have gone to a library yet. At home, I begin reading Building My Own Bar, learning the positions first, second, and third.
I should get 2 chairs and put the broom in the middle.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
There's a lot of vocabulary we're learning here.
Yeah.
What it first position, second position, third position. What is a bar? There's a lot in here. Yeah. Each month, a new book adds to my routine. Jeté, pirouette, arabesque. I feel my wings growing one feather at a time. One day, I'll be a flying ballerina too.
Wow, check out those pointed toes.
Right?
While everybody else in the back is doing double dutch. She is doing her little jeté.
And I love this picture too, because I love children's games and incorporating that into dance. So this is kind of a cool juxtaposition.
Totally.
News of the bookmobile ballerina draws neighborhood kids singing, teach us how to leap, twirl, and do plies until we can dance in real ballets. Out on the stoop, I show them my swan-like strides and my rising releves. I'm the one giving the lessons now. And here I would pause and really talk about how books can teach us things. Books can teach us different skills that we can learn. So this little girl is learning how to dance ballet from a book. My 4th grade teacher, Miss Spidel, sees my swirling steps. Any girl who can dance like you needs real lessons to reach for the sky, she says, and she offers to pay my way. Mama, Miss Spidel, and I set off to see some ballet schools, but the first school says too full. School 2 says no room. School 3 whispers, it just can't be, letting the real reason slip. Ballet is for white girls. So of course we would pause here and have a big conversation about that, about racial discrimination, and and then she asks, is ballet not for girls like me? Those words pluck the feathers from my wings. My dancing feet don't feel the beat. My tutu goes back to being mama's scarves. I tuck away my slippers and tell the librarian I won't need any more books. And again, we would pause here and talk about how this character is feeling. But my little swans twirl up for their next lesson. They still want to fly. Who else will show them how if I don't? Lesson by lesson, we grow more feathers until We sashay into the school talent show in the fall. The best part comes as an encore. Backstage, another dancer says, "My daddy thinks you should meet Madam S. She came all the way from Russia and teaches dance too. Like the ballerina from TV? Could this really be?" I jump at the chance to finally get my wings.
It's always the Russians that comes
Yeah.
in. It's always the
Slipping
Russians.
into help.
Anyway.
When the day of the audition arrives, I soar through the studio door. Seeing all the mirrors, I freeze. But the music starts to float, and so do I. Rising onto my toes, I fly across the floor. Daddy's jazz becomes a beat in my feet. Mama's symphonies help me soar. As the last notes fade away, I float in reverence. I hold my breath, waiting to hear what Madam S will say. Smiling, she says, "You've never had a dance lesson, dear?" I bow my head, whispering, "No." "Well, you're a beautiful dancer." Madam S takes me under her wing, offering me a free place in her school. Every book, every beat, every practice at the bar has brought me to this day. All feathered and fine, I am a ballerina who can leap and twirl and do ballets and loves to dance in real ballets. And I love the rhyming in this. As a preschool teacher, that's something we're teaching children. So I love that there's rhyming in this.
Yeah. Masterpiece so far. I love this.
Yeah. A ballerina whose little swans are ready to fly. And there she is. I'm like, this is her. She's grown up. What do you think her job is? And they'll say, she's a dance teacher. And so then this gives more information about who Sylvia Townsend was. I think she's still alive. And also gives information about bookmobiles and what those are.
So cool. Thank you, Daria. Bravo. I feel like I was 2 years old again. Like, I'm ready to put on my ballet slippers and dance.
Such a cute, beautiful book, right?
Yeah, it's so inspirational. I'm so happy I was able to get you to come on and share that beautiful book with us and talk about your books for dancing. It's really transforming lives. It's transforming my life and my teaching. Yeah, what you're doing has a huge influence, not only in the dance world, but just in the world.
Thank you so much.
Viewers here.
This is 10 Ballet Dancers, and it's written by Amanda Malik Ahmadi. A couple, not a ton, but some, since I've started my page, I have gotten some authors reach out to me and send me their books, and that's been so wonderful. This is a beautiful, beautiful book if you teach ballet, and I just wanted to share it with your viewers because I don't think it's totally well known. And then Allison Rose wrote this. It's not a ballet book, but it's about, maybe, if your ballet is not your thing, or maybe you like to do ballet, but you like to do it with your shoes off. It's about a little girl who finds her way into modern dance class and finds that she loves to dance with her shoes off. And it's Shoes Off by Allison Can Dance. And this is written by Cara Navolio. And this doesn't have only ballet in it. It has all different styles. And just talking about how everyone dances their own different way. It has a little bit of ballet imagery, but it has a lot of all different styles of dance. So I wanted to share those because they've, been kind enough to share their books with me, and they're really great books, and I think they're lesser known authors. So
Daria, it's been such a wonderful pleasure having you. Thank you so much for being so generous, sharing your wonderful knowledge and your expertise and your wonderful idea on Instagram. And I think it's just catching fires just at the beginning.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Daria. Okay. Welcome back, dancers. I hope you all really enjoyed today's bonus clip. And feel free to subscribe to our channel today. Write to us directly at pliéforthepeople@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you. Until our next episode, dancers, stay hydrated and keep on practicing. Bye!